Hey everybody, welcome back to the second hour. It's Never Sunny in Doskvol. So we are up in the, let me actually have a token we can use. We were up in Charter Hall, based on what happened in our Kingdom game. We are looking for some Spirit Wardens. I just made a quick little party token. Show us where we're at.
It's yellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're up here. So we can see it. Yeah, so I think Spirit Wardens are going to be closing in on us. Right? And I think they're surprised to see you guys here. As in, like, they don't know who you are, but they're surprised to see people who lived with so much, like, supernatural activity. So I think the first thing they're going to want to do is they're going to look at you threatening and want to make sure you're not possessed. Right?
Yeah, can I make sure that like I heard them coming, so I want to make sure that my guns have been reholstered
Yeah.
and like I've adjusted my jacket. I just want to I think that's worthy of a zero cost flashback right there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You absolutely could. I just think that you guys also would know this is basically the drill. Like, you're gonna have to stand by as they scan you guys, basically, to make sure you're not possessed.
I mean, we're not possessed.
I know you're not.
So I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah. So they're gonna obviously come at you guys pretty hard. When they're like, with their bronze masks and their electrified man catchers. They're like, all right, stand by. As they slowly close you. They're not gonna hurt you or anything like that. But it quickly, you see like of this group of like the squad of like four, like one of them is like looking at the ghost residue that of the ghost that came by. You see, and the other three are kind of like on you guys, and I think one of them, like everyone says like, okay, they look clear, and they ask you about the ghost. Like they don't even ask you for your names or sorry or anything like that. They're asking you. So did you see the ghost that went by here?
There were two of them.
Ah, so
looked
you saw them.
Looked like old military officers of some sort.
I wonder if they have code names for them yet. I'm not sure what they are yet. He's like, them again, I think. I don't think they have it yet, but obviously it's not the first time the Spirit Wardens have run across those two ghosts, is what I would say.
That makes sense.
So I think what they'll say is like, oh, it's them again. Them again. You guys are lucky to be alive.
I think that Jewel can't help herself but smirk when they say that. Yeah. She just like they're like, you're so lucky to be alive, and she just has this kind of smile as she like subtly adjusts the weight of the pistols on her belt.
I think they say like those two have a death count higher than I think they would just call some kind of like serial killer guy or something, girl, right? And well, now that's settled, we're on our way, right?
As they're saying that, I chime in and say, well, the barrier and the unseen must both be keeping you busy. Just kind of feel them out.
I think this is gonna probably have to be an actual roll, because I don't think I'm inclined to think that they won't care what you said.
Could I?
But since you are like actually pushing them on this, I think a roll is justified here. But you were saying something, Sierra? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I want to either help or set up, and I'm not sure which it is.
Well, what do you want to do? And maybe it could be a group action.
How about you fictionally tell me what you're doing?
So, if we're
not sure,
was attacked by a ghost, right? Maybe there's more traces on him than on the other people, but he's like hamming it up. So it's like, oh man, if I go home, are they gonna follow me? Are there no lingering effects? Like just asking like a million questions. Because, oh man, this never happened to me. So I'm like keeping them, or one of them at least, engaged, right? So they're
That's
not like, all right,
interesting.
we're leaving, right?
That's a really interesting. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think of that. You stopping one of these guys is actually like a really like, huh? You are like Harry Potter, right? Kind of thing. So I think that would actually be really interesting.
So maybe
yeah, I like that.
I think I'm setting up because I want to make them want to stay anyway, right?
Yeah, because here's the thing they're curious about, right? You have residual training like to guard against this. Like you have like you went to psychic self-defense class, which is not something everyone's done, right?
You just kick him in the ghost balls and then
my dog. 1 second, I have to get my dog out of here. All right, there, fixed. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, girlfriend wasn't home yet, and then I just came home, and so of course the dog is like, get me out of this bedroom. So sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, absolutely. They will be curious, and that could help them. And you want to talk them through. I think keeping them around to get a conversation with them could definitely be improving the position if you wanted it.
Yeah. It sounds like swaying to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to sway them. Oh, you're also trying to sway them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're probably like they're looking through. It's like, huh, not your first brush with the supernatural, is it? They like look at looking you over, and like I think they see like scars from other things. Wait, and they're like, no one. I think one of them recognized like, wait, weren't you that guy who almost got blown up?
And wait, don't you also have like scars from like when that thing turned to ash or whatever?
Yeah. I got like a face full of like ghost demon ash.
Yeah, like you are like, what the fuck? They're like, what is this? Who are you? You're like Van Helsing. And there's like, they did not expect someone to be this like, like you have like strange demon scars, and like you've been around the occult, So
if they're actually interested, it feels more like I'm just giving a die, or I'm helping in the group action rather than setting up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are on a hunt, right? Like they're trying to capture these guys, but like you got their curiosity, so I think a die seems pretty fair.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll give you an extra die.
Cool. Thank you. I guess I'll just roll
so
it.
You mentioned, so you casually drop the unseen, and now that they're looking over Seer, they know that like you're not speaking from a position of like myth and scared, and it's just like, oh, these people know what they're doing, right? Like, oh, you were verified. You were a verifiable. There's credence in your tone. All right, there's credence to what you're saying in a way that they're not used to until they went over Seer. Like, hold on, maybe we should pay more attention to what these guys are saying. So go ahead and roll.
Well, what is my position and my effect?
So it's controlled,
okay.
And I think the effect here will be standard.
Okay, with one bonus die. Come on. Crit. Crit.
Yeah. Okay.
And I get to clear stress because I crit.
Yes. Yes, you do. I'm glad you crit with 5 dice. That's yeah. Okay. So obviously they want to stop and talk to you, right? You have their attention. You captivated them to be like, what do you know about the unseen?
More than most. We know that they're giving you some problems.
I think they probably say like, you know what? They're lying by the tone of their voice when they say, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
I squint at them like, yeah, you do.
Yeah. This like the spirit wardens have no problems with anybody except, we are dutiful people with, handling the ghosts, blah, blah, blah. They talk very, sanctimoniously about their duties. fervently denying that the unseen is a problem.
I say, it's okay. You don't have to confirm it. You can keep your ruse. I'm not here to try to create waves. I'm here because the unseen are a problem for many people. And they've targeted us more than once. And we're one of the few who remember it. And I give them a meaningful look.
Wow. I think they're discussing with themselves if they want to bring you in to talk to some bigger people. Upon saying that, I guess they want to know, like, do you have proof? I think will probably be the question.
If they're like, you know, kind of murmuring
proof,
to themselves, like, should we bring them in? Seer is like looking at the other two, going like, oh hell no. Oh,
You don't
hell
have
no.
to go. You don't have to go. I'll go alone. I got this.
That's also a hell no.
As far as proof, I guess I say, how can you prove a shadow that you can't see? I can give you a name that may be significant, but other than that...
Well, how can we trust your word is good?
I will give you a name then. A name that you should well know is connected with them. Strangford.
All right. And they like nod, you know, like they're like, okay. I guess they want to. Okay. They're receptive to it. They will offer it. They'll offer the opportunity for you to come with them to go talk to their leader, not the leader of the wardens, like the warden captain, but like a lieutenant or like, you know, like a middle person who probably has more of an idea of what's going on. If you want.
I mean, I do want. I can see it on your face, Paul. You are against this.
So against this.
Is that in or out of character though?
Yeah.
So I think Seer just pipes up and he's like, you know, we just want to know what they want from you.
Look, we don't know, but my boss would know more.
Bullshit.
Is he lying?
No, he's not lying, actually.
I look to Seer and say, unfortunately, it's not.
Listen, you whenever you're ready to talk, you can send a letter and I'll give them some fucking address for one of my contacts probably. And then, you know, you send the information that way, but I'm not talking to anyone higher up. Fuck that. Fuck all of that.
You don't have to go if it makes you uncomfortable.
Dude, all right. And then I'm looking like conspiratorially. Like, these four seem all right. If we talk to anyone else, it could be their infiltrator. You get your mind wiped. You totally forgot about where you come from. Like, it could be anyone. We can't
That's a really good point. How do they know?
To everyone? It could be anyone.
That's a really, really good point. If you didn't roll sway so well and got a crit, I would say that they actually would have gotten really suspicious of you guys. But you did roll a crit, so I will give that to you, that they trust you for that. Right?
Listen, we're like the 7 conspirators now. Like, we all know what's going on. We trust each other, right?
That's a fair point. I guess I say, how do you know that your man higher up can be trusted?
He shrugs, or they shrug behind the mask. You say, I guess it's just a matter of taking someone at their word.
Yeah, I'm not taking cops for their word.
That's fair.
My companions have reason to be suspicious, and I cannot fault them that. Hopefully you can give us the same courtesy. Perhaps instead of a direct meet, we could send messages through a dead drop. So that way you know that we can't affect you, and you can't affect us. A safety net of sorts.
Sure, what do you recommend?
That is a good question.
If you give them the thing, right, then I will make a quick roll. And if they take you up on the offer, then the dead drop thing is true. Right?
Okay, so maybe maybe I have a post office box in Charter Hall, and I've got 2 keys. And I could give them one of the keys and say, put the information in there at this time, and then we'll check it and respond, and vice versa, and we'll just go back and forth through that. And it just looks like I'm checking my mail.
They nod, and they say, okay, they'll bring it up. Right? All right, now, and I think they thank you, and I think that's probably where they're gonna part ways with you guys. That seems.
I mean,
right.
if you guys aren't willing to meet with them, and I think that like it's fair that their lieutenant could be suspect,
compromised, yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of, as they're leaving, I want to implore them to try to push this up the chain to whomever their most trusted person is, because there's information that we know that could benefit them, but I need to make sure it falls into the right hands.
Right. Okay. That sounds good to me. Okay. So, I think that it's time for the fortune roll, right? See the circumstances of the dead drop. Right?
Okay.
3d6. Actually 4 because you did so well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
So what's the first note you leave them, right? For an answer.
Why are the unseen targeting you?
Trying to think of a way if they could do it in a way that's like based on the letter that you said, they could do something, but I don't think so. Okay. I guess the answer is like written. How would they disguise their answer?
Well, maybe my question is also disguised. It's like,
The answer is power. Or I guess the better answer, actually, the more precise answer is prestige.
Okay.
The spirit wardens possess the ability of, or like, through the city, people know who they are and they're a trusted face, an entity, right? So they want that.
So basically the idea is that they want to wipe and reprogram the spirit wardens and use them. Is that what we're getting?
Yeah, they kind of like want to coup the spirit wardens from the inside.
Okay, so it's not even an object that they want from them. It's just that presence.
They want something that's, exactly, not actually tangible.
Okay.
God damn it. No, we
I
just
mean,
wanna
is there
be
anything that we
legitimate
could?
Spider wizards. What the fuck?
I mean, is there anything that we could do to like further their agenda in some way? Is there physical things that we could steal or acquire in some other way that would further their agenda, or somebody we can talk to get them the meeting that they need, or any way that we could possibly think of that would allow us to still use that information as bait?
All right. So my idea is they want spirit wardens to like hypnotize, mind control, whatever, right? And then plant them. So if we dress up as spirit wardens, then maybe they'll try to abduct us, and that would be a trap.
But okay, here's the thing. If we set that kind of trap, what are we trying to accomplish? We're just going to get captured and mind fucked.
Well, we lure them out, and then we have our friends of the Hive and our friends of the other wizard guys with artifacts. I forgot their name. The Wraiths. Like they're all together, and then we like just.
So you want to pretend to be spirit wardens as bait for the unseen, so for other people to come on you.
Listen, it's not a good plan, but it's a plan.
That is a plan. It's actually not the worst plan either.
Yeah, I don't know, because like I don't really understand how we can destroy them except like to physically purge them. Like I don't know enough about their connection with these spider dream wizards from another realm or whatever to sever that connection. And I don't even know how you do that. Like the only thing I can think of is when Aedric put his head in the ghost cage, and like that kind of cut him off from the demon inside his head. So maybe it's kind of the same thing. So maybe we just need to like ghost cage them all. Because that might stop the spooky shit from being able to make connections, and then that might mess up with their powers. I don't know.
I don't know. Like we don't have whispers. Like I don't know about this shit. I know about blowing shit up. I know about.
You could just have a pint and let this all blow over.
Could do, but so I think I want to leave another message in the dead drop for them, suggesting that the Wraiths also have a stake in this, and to suggest that we would be more effective as a group rather than as single units trying to take out this threat that is threatening the entire city. Present it that way. And then I want to take this information back to Valeris and talk with him and see what he suggests. Because, I mean, the Wraiths have whispers, so they might be able to have a better idea of how to actually combat these guys. And see if maybe I can work with him to kind of come up with a better plan that doesn't make us bait. Because I'm done being bait. I've been bait. It's not fun.
Yeah, I think that's the big question. I think we hard cut to the part where you're giving the plans over to Valeris, right? And looking over and like he's like nodding, like this is a good idea, but kind of that solemn thing is like, okay, so who's gonna be the bait? Because everyone like all the Wraiths are like you know, we look back over to the Spirit Wardens, there's like nobody wants to be the bait against these guys. Sorry, it's hot in my room.
That's okay.
I feel like that means it's gonna be Jewel.
No, I mean they could probably convince them. I mean, is there fucking anybody here with the backbone to do this? Yeah, there is. I think the Spirit Wardens are gonna step up. You know what? I think the Spirit Wardens are going to be like, fine, you know, like, because they actually care about the city, believe it or not. And
that's what they all say.
They actually care. And I think the spirit wardens will actually volunteer themselves to be bait. Plus, if it's a spirit wardens themselves, it won't look as suspicious.
Yeah.
So I think they probably they just want to be like just make sure, because I imagine this is the meeting between like representatives from like all the groups together, and I think this is where they say like just make sure this isn't for nothing, right?
So all right, here's Seer's plan, because it's the best plans.
Okay.
We tag along with like the spirit wardens have like their little bait party. We tag along with those guys. We go to White Crown, like they'll have to smuggle us in. But go like next door to the Strangfords, because there was a haunting and like a bunch of spirit wardings are gonna show up, and we're gonna investigate it. And it's like conveniently next door. Meanwhile, the force majeure of the spirit wardens, maybe they have some hive dudes working with them, maybe they have some raids working with them. I don't care. They will then assault the manor while hopefully we draw out some forces with our bait. And then we just have to deal with the small group. And we don't have to deal with going in the manor. We don't have to deal with all the terrible shit there. We just have to deal with a couple of whoever shows up that can capture.
Is the plan a physical assault then? Because I would like something a little trixier up our sleeve, if we can finagle it.
So actually, I'm considering it's a deception plan.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I just closed Twitch. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I think it's a deception.
That's what I would think. Like we're setting up a bait. They come out. We spring the trap.
But I guess I don't understand what the trap is. Like, what's the ultimate goal of the plan?
The ultimate goal is they raid
to entice the unseen. Yeah. Wait. Are you wait?
Right,
wait.
We wanted to talk to them, didn't we?
Hold on. Okay, wait. You just changed something, and I wasn't sure that's you're making a distraction for a larger raid on Strangford Manor.
Yep.
I thought you were doing a raid, not a raid on Strangford Manor so much as you're setting up bait to capture the unseen who are going to be trying to capture these spirit wardens.
Yeah. But that's we are part of the lure, right? Like we don't want to send out the spirit wardens alone, and then they get killed or mind controlled or whatever the fuck. Like we're the backup of the lure, but the big raid, like that's not us. We just facilitate it, right? By the lure.
Oh, okay. So this is something larger.
Right.
We're
probably the smallest fish, so I don't want to be in the biggest pond.
Okay. All right, that wasn't what I was thinking when we were talking about this, but what's everyone else think? That sounds good. I mean, I feel like that's the inevitable end game anyways, and I'm cool with that.
I think that's what we wanted to do, totally, which is why I was saying that Joel could be the one that was being bait.
Let's fucking Dragon Age Inquisition
if we wanted to do that.
All right, so we're going. Okay, so you have. Okay, so you guys are gonna basically make a distraction for them to set up this attack, right? That's the plan. You're going to set up a distraction using these spirit wardens as bait to throw some of the unseen over here, focus them while this raid gets going. Yeah. That's the plan?
Yep.
As I understand it. Okay. Where are we doing this? Where is this bait going to happen? Is it going to be up here in the northern parts of Char Hollow? Or Char Hollow, look at me. Brightstone?
Like I would do it like kind of close to their place, so like the spirit wardens are like way away from most of their backup.
I need my spirit animal.
I see.
Okay.
So I would go back to White Crown, but that would mean like getting smuggled in.
So you want to? Okay.
We can't really just go there. again.
I think considering the gravity of the plan and the players involved, I think you can have access to Right Crown pretty easily. Right?
Not only that, but we could we have our clothier. We could disguise ourselves among the spirit wardens who are going
Yeah.
in.
I don't think that's a problem.
All right.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I mean, then that's the plan I propose. I don't know if you guys have like stuff that you want to do. If we're just gonna jump into it, then we'll flash back to whatever else we want changed.
Good.
I don't think
Good
we
by
need to
me.
change anything.
Okay, it's a good plan. Okay, let's do that. This is actually really cool. So let's go ahead and do this plan. So let's figure out the engagement roll for it. And I still haven't internalized the version 8's finals engagement roll stuff. It's much slower with fewer dice. Do you remember it, Kelsa? Typing in engagement did not give me any results in the book.
It's page. Hold on. It's not listed as engagement. It's I got this.
It's set up. Like what is?
No. It's on page. Where's the stupid thing? I feel
Setting
like it's
position, resistance and armor. Gathering info, examples of play, coin and stash, faction game. How do we not know this with like 30 episodes in?
Who even knows?
Then again,
like,
we
where
have
are we?
played. This campaign has played basically every version of Blades. By the way,
Almost every
Just kidding.
version. The score, planning and engagement, 127. Here we go.
Cool. I was so close to that on page 30.
Yep.
Here's the
page
engagement roll.
128.
You would think when you hit Control F, things would show up, but
You would.
c'est la vie.
Maybe you
Okay.
just can't spell.
This is a major operation. Yeah, this is bold. This is bold and daring. Yes. Is it overly complex and complicated? And wow, it's both. Okay. So that's neutral.
Okay.
Plan detail expose a vulnerability of the target to hit them where they're weakest. No. Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have a particular defense? No. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid? Yes, you're getting an additional die. I don't think technically you have a specific enemy that's interfering.
Okay.
Are there any other elements you want to consider? Well, considering other people are helping you so much, even more so than just friends or contacts, but like the spirit wardens themselves, like tier. Like you are neutralized in tier, so I think that would probably give you an additional die. So I think that's 3.
Yep, I think that's 3.
3
Start
seems
with 1,
fair.
2 additional. Okay. So this is the deception. What do we get?
Who's rolling it?
It's not
Seer,
me.
it's your plan.
Yes,
You
Seer.
roll it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's do this. Notes. Deception plan. Number of dice 3, right? Boop. Nice.
5.
Pretty good.
That is pretty good. All right. Things are going, but there is a little bit of a change in what makes this difficult. What is it? I don't think it would be fair to say that the spirit wardens get cold feet.
I mean, they could.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the most interesting answer.
To be
You know what I mean?
debate.
No. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it works better, more effectively than you could imagine, and now there's more unseen than you anticipated.
Ooh.
Wow. I mean,
which is good for the other group, though.
yeah. Either of them would kind of work out the same. Like if the the spirit wardens had gotten cold feet, then we would be less, but now they're more. So
I like that. It gives us a little bit more danger, but I think it overall improves our end results.
I feel like I have some good. I'm thinking. I just don't have it. I'm not John Harper. I'm not good enough to figure this out on the fly right now. But I want to. I think I want to offer you maybe an possible interesting outcomes, like either this or this or this or this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is thinking that. One is that there are more unseen here than you were anticipating, which would make things harder for you right now, but it would help the other plan, right? Alternatively, something's going on that means that you have to spring the trap now, like a little bit more early than you wanted to. But what is that? What's at the expense of that? You're in a dominant position. You're in a more dominant position. Right?
What do you guys think?
So you could either be in a more riskier position at the start of this trap, in exchange the other plan off screen is actually benefited because there's just more unseen resources being put over here. Alternatively, you guys could be in a more successful position. Period. That doesn't seem as fun as I thought in my head. But
I mean, whatever. I like the idea of more risk just because we're so close to the end. Like, let's just go for it.
I'm good with that too.
Okay, so there's more unseen. Okay. So we have the Wraiths, we have some of the Wraiths, we have some of the Spirit Wardens, and we have you guys.
And anyone the Hive decided to send to.
Oh yeah, in the Hive. Holy shit, yeah, of course, in the Hive. Who like help supply and outfit you guys for this. Yeah, so this is gonna be a big, huge fucking brawl in Whitecrown. Boy, how did the Imperials not hear about this? Well, we'll see. Okay.
Didn't they?
Yeah, maybe the Imperials are letting this play out. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, is your trap going to be like to capture these unseen? What's your end goal here?
I think on our part we're buying time, right? Like it's mostly securing our own safety, because they would, I would assume they would send something that would be strong enough to overwhelm the lure, right? Like they wouldn't just send one guy against 7 spirit wardens or whatever.
Yeah, right. So like we're basically getting like the whole like Nazgul group, right?
Right. So
there's like 7 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're dressed up. We're like waving around some equipment that the spirit warden is like, you're holding it upside down. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And I mean, yeah. So the trap happens. I guess they come in. Where you were trying to trap them in what, like a giant manor, right? Is that the plan? I imagine you like trap them somewhere that like you have like a pre-made like electric fence or something like that to prevent them from like escaping, and then it's like just trying to like subdue them, and this like brawl at this in the grounds of this manor house is what I'm imagining in my head. But
yeah,
what are you guys
sure.
picturing? Because we didn't really specify that out.
Inside a mansion seems great to me.
Well, I wasn't saying inside of a mansion. I was saying on the ground, so like in the front of it and stuff, right? Like outside of the mansion.
We're moving this party inside. There's gonna be people check through windows.
Okay,
it's happening.
Okay, so we're gonna do this fight inside.
But like let's start it outside. But like the the initial plan is just get inside to get the cover, right? So they have to chase us in, so it will take more time. Yada,
Well,
yada.
oh, that makes sense. Yeah. So the trap was to get them inside, right? It was to get them all. So they come inside, and that's when the trap gets sprung, and now they are. Now it's gonna be a tough fight between all four of you guys with the unseen. So
Did someone say tough fight?
yeah, right.
Jules
So I think
excited.
I think this is just gonna be a group action, right? I feel like you guys have the initiative. You have the ambush. You have the initiative. So it's not a resist. It's you guys enacting something here. So what fictionally happens? What is your goal? Maybe for this like giant fight, and then we can roll to see what happens. Right?
Yeah.
That's how I played out.
I mean, do we just want to kill him?
That is one way of securing our own safety.
Yeah,
They are really hard to kill, though, so keep
they
that
are
in
really
mind.
hard to kill.
I mean, that's true. I do have electroplasmic ammunition, though.
Even that was really hard to kill them, so I just want to remind you.
True. Maybe Seer can spit venom at them. That would be
But
pretty
you have
cool.
scale. No, you don't. You just have potency.
I have potency. I mean, I also have my fine pistols, which would also give me potency.
Yeah.
But we don't really have scale on them. But we're equal in that.
Would I even be there? I can't fight. I have no weapons that could even do damage to them.
Maybe not. Maybe you were just part of the pre-planning. You could set people up
I
with
think-
flashbacks and stuff.
I think I'm pre-planning and foresight for this one, guys. I can't do shit.
So, I mean, I could have a rifle if I wanted to take a heavy load. I mean, even if I took a light with a normal load, have the rifle.
We've never seen you with a rifle.
I mean, I have one. We haven't seen you with one, but I'm saying I could take them out while you stand there, like from a distance,
Okay.
possibly.
Possibly, since we're inside, maybe it's not super appropriate weapon. I think your pistol's idea was probably the go-to.
Okay.
Like, you come in, you shoot a bunch. I like blow up a grenade in the doorway that we planted, like right above the door.
You and your
Okay.
grenades, dude. You and your grenades.
I mean, that's part of being a
shrapnel in the face.
leech.
It's true.
He's got to wreck shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So I think that the way the trap is set up is Seer is standing there, and like he's got his grenades and stuff like up his sleeve or something, but Jewel is like behind. So like they like come in a door, and then they turn one way to go and meet with Seer. But Jewel is actually like behind something the other direction, and then steps out into the hall and is going to shoot them from behind for massive damage. Basically, I want to be able to take one out, like 2 to the back of the head before, and just have them completely out of the fight before we get anywhere.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking this is considered like the whole. I'm thinking of doing like maybe like a few rolls of accomplishing the entire group's what they want. So this is like just like a giant complex group action.
Gotcha.
But,
like I wouldn't. Well, what I'm trying to
rather
say is
than
I
a
want to
series
set
of
myself.
individual.
Like I want to set myself up for that giant group action where I take one of them out before we even start.
Yeah. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, that does actually make sense. So set yourself up for this. All right.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
Is this hunt?
I think it's hunt.
Okay.
Cool.
Risky standard, right? You could probably accomplish this, but there's a chance they might be able to try to hurt you in the meantime.
With the fact this is a fine pistol, and the fact that I'm using my electroplasmic ammunition, give me any bonuses to that effect? Or is that already
that's already. I think it's factored.
Okay. In that case, I would like to push myself. to get it to great effect.
Okay.
Is there a devil's bargain I could take here? No, I don't think I want a devil's bargain here. I think I'm just gonna roll it. I think 3 days is fine. 5. Okay. I do it, but there's a consequence.
Hmm.
And one of those consequences could be to reduce the effect from great back to standard.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're able to dispatch. No, I think it's the other way around. No, wait, you had great effect, so I couldn't bring it down to standard.
No, you could bring it down
sorry.
to standard, not less effect.
Yeah, but the standard effect was that it was going to. No, I think the answer is that then you dispatch them. You're in a position enough where you dispatch both of them, leaving your guys' group with an advantage, a scale advantage, leading in for this big, huge group action roll. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So now, okay, so your guys are like the opening shots, like of the giant skirmish, and now the actual like everyone's fighting in the manor now, right?
Yeah.
Electricity is being flung, shots, sword clashes.
Grenades. There's grenades, Eric.
Yeah.
They're happening.
Yeah. Right. There's a really, really good song playing for the soundtrack for this fight scene as things go off and all sorts of directions in the manor. Now, you guys actually could just like assist this roll, and it could just actually just be a fortune roll because it's like two groups, like two giant groups. Your clump of forces versus the other groups. Like essentially, like this is essentially mass combat, right?
Yep.
But what do you think? How do you guys want to resolve this?
I think we can group action, and it'd be like Jules and then Sears, and then everyone else is one. Someone would lead it, which Sears would totally be like, "Oh yeah, I'm in charge of this shit."
I think so too.
If
I
Bill isn't
agree.
here, I'm like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I call the shots. If you're all right with that, so take maybe stress for.
And I feel like at this point it's more like a skirmish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone want help? Because I do have foresight. I don't know who has the lowest rank in skirmish.
Well, I mean,
have 3 skirmish.
I just have the 1, but I think if you give it to Jewel instead, then she has a bigger chance of getting a crit.
That's true. And
wait, don't we have the?
We never got that.
Oh, we never got it. Okay, we kept talking about it and then never getting it. Okay,
yeah,
that's why I'm confused.
I like the idea of giving Jewel my foresight in part because it makes more narrative sense. I would want her to come back, and if Seer dies while he's over there, that's just a bonus right now.
Wow. God, I love the subtle hostility between your characters. It's so good.
Wow.
So good.
Okay.
So yeah, tell me what did you tell me to prepare me for this? What did you do or give me?
I think what happened was, and it wasn't like equipment that I acquired for you or anything like that. It was like we sat down and we had a talk, and it was like, Jewel, it's you and me. You need to come back from this, and you need to keep yourself in check.
Wow.
I understand.
I know you are, and you are my right hand. You are my strongest asset, and you are my partner in this. We have equal share. We always have. I know that you have looked to me because I am the one who speaks. But you are the one who backs up my words.
You're always smarter than me.
You're always stronger than me. Come back alive. I know you will. Pep talk.
Got
it.
Oh, that was good.
I love it.
Okay, let's make the roll.
What's our so I was able to give us an increased position or better or do we need a better
increase
effect?
position or increase effect? I'll give you either because it's a setup, right?
Without which, what would it be? Or do I have to choose before you tell me?
I think risky. I think risky standard is where it's at, pretty much.
Okay.
Near even.
So I think that controlled standard is what I'd be going for because I think that makes sense fictionally. Taking one of them out, we're in a more controlled position than they are.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
So give yourself an additional die, like I guess of like since everybody's helping you for the group, right? So this is like the whole entirety of the group fight going on in the place.
Okay. All right. And
so was this a
Seer
group action
was.
that was Seer was leading? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whoop.
Hey, I crit, guys.
Well, you crit, so that's way better.
You mega crit 3 6s. Holy shit.
You just
That's so good.
holy shit, Kelsa. Well, I mean, when you fucking triple crit, yeah, I mean, of course things go your way.
Yeah, they do.
It's a fucking route then, right? Like, I mean, how else could you describe 3 6s?
I mean, that's I came up.
Like, how else do you describe that?
I put two bullets in one guy, and then like, fucking took out the next guy before he even turned around.
Yeah,
and then everybody else just mopped up the rest because fuck it at that point.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're fucking down then. I mean, like, yeah.
I feel like there's some bells going off.
Yeah. Do the unseen cause bells? Is that?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's to you.
Are
they?
No.
Are they even?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
Fascinating. Ooh, that's interesting. I like it.
No, I don't think they cause any bells, and I think that's probably the part right before we go to break then of like the spirit wardens, like looking over the corpses or whatever of the unseen, being like, huh, no bells, right? And everyone's like, good job, everyone, right? Like, holy shit.
Oh man,
this
I
whole
feel
place
like
looks like shit now. Like the whole manor has just been destroyed.
I feel like that's like the there's the assassin's power that says the bells don't ring when you kill someone.
Yeah.
I feel like it's that working against them. Like it's some kind of supernatural thing that the bells don't ring for death around the unseen, including themselves.
Oh, it just like hovers over them. I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, then we'll pick this up in 5 minutes on the other side of a break. All right. So see you guys then.